Hi everyone. This is what happened to me when I got government housing part 75. So on the 30th of the 8th, 2017, I received a letter from the Compensation Court saying that there may be a hearing in November. And they were asking for further submissions. At the time, I thought this letter was perfectly normal, but looking back, I've realised that it was actually quite strange. There was no reason why I should have tolerated waiting that long for a simple court hearing. And the fact is that when I asked VOCAT, which is the compensation court at the Melbourne Magistrates Court, when I asked the compensation court how long it normally takes to get a hearing, the answer was always 6 weeks. And by the time we get to the end of my story, you'll see that I actually waited 21 months to have my compensation case heard. So it was quite strange. But getting back to this letter, it was also strange that someone would write up a letter and send it out to me saying that there might be a hearing in November. As we are here today, it's 2023, and I can look back at it and say, that's ridiculous. I mean, since when do government departments send you letters saying that something might happen? It was just bizarre and creepy. Clearly, those people in courts are employed and they're educated and they're trained to do a job in a professional manner. And I don't think that writing to a victim of crime to tell them that a hearing that they've been waiting a very long time for may occur. It's just not normal. But the point I'm making is that that sort of garbage became normal for me. And my other point is that there was nothing I could do about it. Also, on that day, I received the application form for a government housing transfer. I had asked for this form a while ago, and when I received it, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't really understand how to fill out the form, and I didn't want to ask the housing office for help because I had some strange dealings with them regarding the respondent. Excuse me. Then on the 31st of the 8th, 2017, I received a letter back from the DHS Commonwealth Compensation Scheme saying that I had sent my form to the wrong place and I needed to send it to the state government instead. But I found that strange because I had read all the information online and I sent it to the address that was provided. They referred me to a website, but when I looked up that website, there was nowhere for me to send my claim to. So clearly they had just passed the buck back onto me like most other people working in the justice system had done. It occurred to me sometime later that if my claim should have been sent to some other government body, the Commonwealth Compensation Scheme should have sent it on for me. They should not have sent it back to me. I also received a letter from the housing officer for the block, and they said that they had received an email and they wanted to meet with me. But they didn't say who the email was from or why they wanted to meet with me. The letter was very vague and very strange, and understandably, I didn't feel comfortable setting up a meeting with them. On the 7th of the 9th, 2017, I wasn't able to sleep because of violent banging on my ceiling from the respondent's unit. Then on the 8th of the 9th, 2017, I was very sick and I spent most of my time in bed. I was vomiting in bed and I couldn't afford to wash my sheets. And I felt disgusting because I had to sleep in a bed that I had vomited in. I was being degraded in many ways, and the follow-on effects of poverty, which was induced by all of the expenses involved in dealing with the respondent and his actions, was cruel and far-reaching. People talk about poverty affecting people, but I don't think that there is enough said publicly about the consequences of poverty, and that's understandable given how degrading the consequences can be. But I want people to know the truth about what happened to me so the consequences of poverty and injustice can be understood. I know that there are other people who have been through the same things as me, and I hope that I can inspire people to come forward to tell their story, and hopefully we can make a change. Poor and disadvantaged people have a right to dignity, and that seems to have been missed by a lot of the professionals that I dealt with.